In this video, we're going to talk about how much money you can actually make as a high ticket closer. So is it possible for you to make 20, 30K a month as a high ticket closer? Is that common for lots of people? That's what we're going to chop up in this video. Now, the simple answer is yes, you can do 30K a month as a closer, and there are closers who do that all the time. I know many closers that do that. It's more common than you think. However, it's not the majority, obviously. But some of these closers are so stupid, it would bend your mind when you see this. But you're not going to do that in your first year, obviously, unless you just hit the absolute jackpot and you meet the right business owner at the right time and you get into the right opportunity. So how do you become the closer, though, that's making this amount of money? What's the difference in them and you, and what have they done that you need to do to make this happen? Because everything is just cause and effect. It's a simple set of steps that you need to take to get where you want to go. So the first thing is they're just in the right vehicle. They are selling for a massively successful business. No shit. But if we're going to talk numbers, the business that they're selling for is usually going to be doing at least $500K a month, sometimes all the way up to $1 million a month and more. If a business is doing $500K a month, it's going to be very rare that they only have one closer though, because one closer is not going to be able to handle all that volume of calls by himself, unless the product that they're selling costs like 20K or above, a much higher ticket product, then yeah, he can probably do that. But if it's a typical high ticket product, 10K, 5K, they are 9 times out of 10 gonna have multiple closers. And most times that business that's doing at least 500K a month, like I said, is probably doing upwards of that, sometimes $1 million a month or more. Any business that's doing $1 million a month has closers that are making insane money. It's just math. All the sales go through the salespeople. And that might sound outrageous to you, but there are many, many internet businesses that do that. And for perspective, there are people on YouTube like Jeremy Haynes, who runs a business that helps business owners scale to $1 million a month. That's the only people he works with. That's his business model. If he wasn't able to successfully scale many businesses consistently to $1 million a month, he wouldn't be running that business. He wouldn't have dedicated an entire YouTube channel to doing that. Like another point of view, you can't run a successful business without a large enough market to sell to. You know what I'm saying? So he basically never runs out of people to work with who are about to do $1 million a month. Isn't that insane? You know? And this is another good point. If you see a bunch of people on the internet or on YouTube or on Instagram or whatever, and they're all doing this business model like it's popular, like high ticket sales, agency stuff, e-com, Amazon, whatever, that means that it's working. That means there's lots of people making lots of money. If tons of people are doing it, it's because it works. Just like I wouldn't be running this business and this sales job program if it wasn't possible for lots of you to make 10K a month as a closer and above. Why would I tell a bunch of people that they could do that and put literally all of my time goes into this? I close and work on this business. I don't do anything else, bro. Why would I do that if it wasn't possible to help lots of people do this? You know what I'm saying? That would be a total waste of my fucking time. I'd have to have like some type of severe brain damage to put all this time into this if it wasn't like possible for lots of people. You know what I mean? So just whenever you hear these wild numbers, realize that there are many, many people online who are making insane amounts of money. It's just outside of your reality because you haven't seen it yet. So to wrap number one, these closers are just in the right vehicle. If the business isn't crushing it, the closer's not going to either. Next, what these closers are doing that you need to do are something that many salespeople don't do, and that is putting effort into meeting other people in high ticket sales. So you could do this by going to events. You could join paid high ticket sales programs like mine. They make friends with other people who do high ticket sales. They go out together, right? IRL, shit like this. And why is this important? Because what most salespeople do, especially these days in the internet space, is they just take their sales calls at home by themselves because all I have to do is sit on the computer, right? And then when they get done for the day, they just log off and binge Netflix or scroll all night. And they never leave the house, they never talk to another person, and they wonder why they just stay in the same 6K a month job forever and they never ever get any better opportunities. Many times you're going to get these really outrageous job opportunities, the 20K, 30K a month roles. It's going to be from who you meet. and who you know. That's just how it is. So if you never leave your house and you rot in front of screens all day, you never like try to meet new people, and you live like a vampire, what are you doing? You're making good money now, but you're staying at home? Why? I don't get it. If you go out into the world, many times this is where people are going to find their good opportunities, because these people all know each other. If you do the same things as other people and you just like meet them in person, you just blown all these doors, opportunity doors for yourself wide open. Think about it like this. If you're a business owner and you run $1 million a month business, do you think you're hiring a closer who DM'd you from some faceless Instagram account, or he's got like a cartoon picture as his profile picture? Do you think that guy's gonna hire that type of person to take his sales calls? He's like repulsed. Of course not. What he's going to do is going to ask his friend, who also runs a fucking massively successful business, if he knows any good salespeople. And that guy's going to say, yeah, I do. Here's this guy's contact information. Just like that. And if you want to be that guy that eventually lands a $30K a month sales role, you totally can be. But you just got to start meeting people. And you just need to start somewhere. You don't have to go to like every single meetup or event or become some like networking obsessed extroverted weirdo. That's not what I'm talking about. But if you don't want to do any of that, you can also get good roles if you just put time into your social media. Meeting people in real life combined with having some type of social media presence, these two things are all you need to do. So you just need to show your life online, and you can network with other high ticket closers through social media. The ultimate cheat code, super hack, because that's what everybody wants, is always going to be meeting other people that are doing what you want to do and who are successful at doing what you want to do. You can skip like a ton of steps just by knowing the right people. And to me, that's an amazing part about life. So action steps for this. How can you do this? When you get into high ticket sales and you get your first job, just make friends with other closers. Start with the ones in your role. Get their social medias. Go to the meetups. Even if it's in a different city, fly out. It'll be one of the coolest things that you ever do. So go to the events, meet other people in high ticket sales there, and then just do that over the first couple of years that you're a closer. Make friends. You know what I'm saying? When you were like 5 or 6 on the playground, you just go up and fucking push some kid and be like, hey, yeah, we're friends now. You know what I'm saying? It's not really that hard to do. So just doing this will set yourself up for opportunities that most people will never even see, because they're at home watching Netflix shows like a 12-year-old. And also, I really recommend that you put effort into your Instagram and social media in general. You don't have to post videos like me or go full influencer. Just have pictures up. Be active on there. You know what I'm saying? Like, look like you're a real person, not some faceless, like terrified weirdo hiding behind some cartoon character picture profile or a picture of your dog and your account's private. The absolute biggest ROI you can do for your future when it comes to money, having a cool life, getting access to cool things, cool people, is building out your social media, just putting some effort into it. In the future, you're going to wish that you did. And a side note, you can do this if you're old too. There are plenty of older people like that I have worked with, and older people that I follow on Instagram that have grown huge followings. Like these days, it doesn't matter. You know, everybody uses it. Remember, no matter what your age is, there are tons of other people your age that are people too who will follow you and relate to you no matter what age you are. So the only limits are up here, bro. Next thing, the closers that are doing those big numbers, 20K, 30K a month, obviously they've got experience. Kind of mentioned that at the beginning of the video, but they've also put time into getting really good at sales. Now, this is a nuanced one, because if you watch my videos, you know how I feel about sales trainings. My personal opinion is that you will learn all you ever need to know about sales by doing sales. Taking lots of sales calls and just doing it all the time. You're going to learn things way faster and get way better at it by taking shitloads of sales calls than any dweeb who's bought every single sales training course that he saw an ad for on his Instagram feed and read a ton of books ever will. You're gonna mop the floor with that dude, okay? People who are good at sales and make tons of money, lots of them have never taken a sales training. Sorry to burst your bubble, bro. They've just taken thousands and thousands of sales calls, which you can just do in a couple of years. It don't even take that long. So if all this is the case, what does putting time into getting good at sales mean? Kind of already mentioned it. It just means that they have experience and that they have taken this seriously. The second point is important. So they had a goal that I want to treat high ticket sales as a career, and I want to progress. I want to get into better roles and better companies and do bigger numbers. I want to be doing this for a long time. I'm all in with this. Whereas most people that get into this look at the other make money online the same way they look at other make money online opportunities. Like it's some get rich quick scheme, and 3 months from now you're going to be making all this money and you're not going to have to do any work, which you're a total idiot if you think that's going to happen. You want to succeed at this, you're going to be doing this for a long time. Years. What are you going to do after? What are you going to do after 3 months, 6 months? Just going to wake up in fantasy land and think there's not going to be shit for you to do every day? This is how people behave. It's wild. And most people don't do this, right? They don't treat it like a career. They just want like the 10K a month job, and that's all they see themselves doing. It's like, that's like fantasy land to them, which is wild because you're limiting yourself so much. That is the floor. 10K a month, you can go so much farther than you ever thought possible with this. And I know these things because I've done it. And I've seen the stupidest people ever making 20 to 30K a month as a high ticket closer. So why not you? The difference between them and you is that they didn't limit themselves up here. They just saw what was possible. They saw other people doing it and they were like, well, that motherfucker can do it. I can do it too. I'm going to take this seriously and I'm going to work hard and I'm going to make it happen. That's it. That's the only difference. You ever notice how in my videos, I never give you these complicated plans, you know? It's always simple, straightforward, direct, in-your-face shit. Because success is simple. I don't care what you want to do. You just want to get into the right vehicle, take it seriously, work hard, and believe that you can do it too. That's all you have to do, because complicated, intricate, like gate-kept plans, that's not actual reality. So when you get into your first closer job, you just want to treat this like a long-term thing, and it will be. If you take it seriously, get the experience, and get good at sales, then you can leverage that later, a short time later, into getting a much higher paying, better job. And then you just keep doing that until you're making wild amounts of money, sitting at home talking to people on a screen. All because you took what I said in this video seriously. That's the end of the video. If you want my help getting a closer role or a setter role, go to the links in the description. Until next time.